Nepo does it the Fischer way. This is the game between Nepomniachtchi and Mamadiyar of Chakriyar, and it was played in the second round of the Croatia Rapid Blitz, which is being held in Zagreb. And Garry Kasparov, the former world champion, is going to be playing in the Blitz section of it alongside five-time world champion Viswanand, who's going to be playing both sections. So the standings after 6 rounds are Nepomniachtchi on top with 8 points, and let me remind you that it's 2 points for every win in the rapid section and 1 point for a draw and 0 points for a loss. Maxim Vashier close behind, followed by Kasparov and Saric. So Saric is playing the rapid section while Kasparov is going to be playing the blitz section, and Viswanand both at the same points. Followed by Anish Giri, Duda, Grischuk, Mamadiyarov, Korobov, and in the end, Van Foreest. So let's see how this game started. C4, Knight of 6, G3, G6, BG2, BG7, Knight C3, Castle, and D4. If E4 is played, well, it transposes into the King's Indian English. After D6, Knight GE2, C5, so white delays playing D4, he most likely will play D3 instead. And after castle, black plays Knight C6, and D4 is possible, but D3 is the main line here, and A6, so black tries to get counterplay on the king side, queen side my bad, and white tries to get counterplay on the king side. On the other hand, D4, D6, and this transposes into the King's Indian fianchetto. After E4, E5, Knight GE2, and Chakriyar chose E takes D4. But the more commonly played moves are Knight C6 and Knight BD7. If Knight BD7, well, white has simply castle. If C6, H3, and black tries to play Rook E8, so trying to keep a fluid center. So white can either go D5, B takes E5, or black can play E takes D4. It's up to the position and it will be decided later. The other common move is Knight C6, where after D5, black has a choice. Does he want to go Knight D4 or Knight D7? If Knight D4, well, white has simply castle. C5, DC6, and Knight C6, and it's somewhat equal, but white has this D6 pawn to attack. On the other hand, black does have the C file and the C pawn to attack. If black tries Knight E7 here, well, castle, Knight D7, so black's idea is to play F5, Bishop E3, F5, Queen D2, Knight of 6, and this gains a normal King's Indian-like position. With the black knight going Knight C6, Knight E7, this black knight on F6 going to D7 to help push F5 and then come back. And on white side, white has this C4, D5, E4 structure, but the only difference is that the bishop is on G2, which is being fianchettoed, and this knight is on E2 and not on F3, where it is usually in the King's Indian. But anyways, coming back to the game, E takes D4 was played, Knight takes D4, Rook E8, so attacking E4, castle, Knight BD7, H3, A6. So in these type of positions, black's idea is simply to play Rook B8 and B5, as you can see in the game. After Rook E1, Rook B8. And right now, of course, B5 is not possible because of these two knights, but black will try to kick them away. Bishop E3, Knight E5. B3, so defending the C4 pawn, and now C5. And once the white knight moves, we have B5. Here F4 was played, but another interesting option is C takes B5, which has been in favor of black in like all the games which has been played, but with correct play, white does get an edge. After AB5, white can try F4 now, the only difference being that this A file is going to be open and white can get a passer with A4. But straight away F4 was opted by Nepomniachtchi, and now Knight D7. Another very interesting move, sacrificing the D6 pawn. But can you take it? Well, Nepomniachtchi did take it, and he said that he couldn't find anything better than the piece sacrifice. which isn't new actually. Because after b4, e5, b takes c3. So black does get a knight, but on the other hand, because we can't take on f6 right now, because after rook takes e3, f takes g7, black gets quite a lot of pressure on the e file. And now rook b6 is possible, queen has to go back to d1, this rook comes to e6, and black gets a good position. That's why knight takes e3. So you have 2 pawns for the knight, and white is hoping to get a very good attack, which he did in the game. Knight h5 attacking g3, but this simply prompted to play g4. Bishop f8, queen d2, and knight g7. Knight d5, and here Mamedyarov played incorrectly. He played f6, trying to break through in the center, but like Nepomniachtchi stated that he doesn't think that black is anything close to being prepared to open the e-file. And the king as well, because next now bd5 checks is coming, queen d5 is also there, and this black king is going to be very weak. And one more thing is that this allows so many weaknesses to be revealed after f6, because now g6 is very weak. And after if white can play something like f5 quickly, then the black king will be in big trouble. So what was the best move here? Well, bishop to b7 was the best move, maintaining the position and not allowing any loopholes in the position. Rook ad1, bd5, cd5, and we should not forget that white is a knight down. c4, bc4, bb4, queen f2, bishop e1, rook e1, queen a5. White does have the bishop pair, but black is up, rook for 3 pawns. And though these 3 pawns may seem menacing, a rook is a rook. So this would have been very double-edged, but it could have been holdable. But after f6, the black king gets too weak, and Nepomniachtchi exploited that perfectly. Rook ad1, fe5, f5. A typical pawn sacrifice seen in Benoni, but here it also works. And bishop b7, and actually this is the novelty played by Mamedyarov on the 23rd move. Bishop e7 has been played in game between Skachov versus Bibko in 2002, but in that game as well, white was already winning. After knight e7, bishop g5, queen d6, all pieces came in the attack, and it was simply nothing for black to play for. And after rook takes b6, knight takes b6, and of course bishop e6, rook e6, and promotion to the queen. So bb7 now, which is a bit too late, bg5, queen c8, rook f1, g takes f5, g takes f5. So this is really necessary, or else white's just going to push f6, knight moves, and then f7 check, game over. Black tries king h8 here, f6, knight e6, and f7. Nepo also considered bishop e4 and trying to checkmate on h7 somehow, like queen f2, queen h4, or some sacrifices with bishop takes h7 as well. And this is also winning indeed. f7, rook d8, and now, pause the video. How should white continue? Should he regain the material or try to attack? Your choice. And here Nepomniachtchi found a brilliant move, knight to b6, a killer. And what is black going to do? He has to take the knight. And just for your information, if bishop takes d8, then black is simply queen takes d8, and though white will be slightly better, his attack is gone. And the black does have the bishop pair as well, and 2 pieces for the rook. So it would have been better for black if he had played like this. But knight b6 wins straight away. Black has to take on b6, and now bishop f6. And once this knight is moved, f6 square is free for the bishop to come in. bg7, because if knight to g7, well, you have simply queen takes d8. Queen d8, rook d8, or bishop d8, anything works. Bishop d8, and you are of course going to be up because black's pieces are not coordinated at all. So bf6 check. He tried bg7, but then again queen d8 check. The point being, if knight takes d8, f8 equals to queen or rook, both win. Queen wins on the spot. So queen takes d8, bishop takes d8, bg2, king g2. And materially it's about equal, but black lacks all coordination. This black rook on d8, this black knight on b6, black knight on e6, and the black bishop on f7, g7, my bad, are doing nothing. On the other hand, this white rook is supporting the f pawn. This white rook is supporting this bishop. This bishop is a monster placed on d8. It's restricting so many squares, and the king has an easy route in. On the other hand, black's king is kind of stuffed in. So black tried knight f8, but after be7, knight bd7, from b6 to d7, rook d6, so now we are attacking a6, again playing all with threats. e4, rook e1, attacking e4, bd4, rook takes e4, king g7, rook a6, king f7, bd6, rook c8, rook e7 check. Black has to go king g8 to defend, because if you go here or here, discover check would come on c5, which would be winning on the spot. King g8, rook a7, attacking d7 and threatening to simply take. And after that, white will be simply 2 pawns up and he'll just go forward with his pawns. So that's why knight f6, rook g7 check, king h8, rook gb7. So white's idea is simply to just trade the rooks off. Knight e4, rook b8. And it may say, oh no, black is simply knight takes d6. And is he winning the bishop? Well, no, because after rook takes c8, knight takes c8, rook a8, and you're attacking both the knights, and one of the knights will fall. Knight d6, rook takes f8 check, king g7, rook a8 check, oh sorry, not 8 check, bishop c3, a4, knight b7. I don't know what happened there. Mamadiyarov just forgot about the pin, and after rook a7, he wins the knight. And even tenacious defense here would easily be won, because a5, a6, a7 is a pretty deadly threat. If you try something like, oh my bad, knight e4, well, a5. King cannot come in because always there is this check, a6 or else. King tries to come in even more, a7. How are you going to stop this pawn? Next move, rook h8 and a8 queen. Game over. And after rook a7, Nepomniachtchi won the game as Mamadiyarov resigned. A very nice move, especially in rapid chess, to find knight b6 and then this idea with queen takes d8 check. Very nice play from Nepomniachtchi, and it's gonna be a fantastic world championship between Magnus Carlsen and Jan Nepomniachtchi. So that's it from me. Thank you for watching. Bye.